Hello, everybody. It is Matthew, your friendly neighborhood technician, coming to you out of Boise, Idaho. We're looking at the Chrysler 2.7 job that I've had for a while now. Came to us with some water pump issues, some cooling and heating issues, and in the end, we went ahead and redid all the timing, the water pump, and all the awesome things involved in that as well. So as you can see, I'm basically finished with the job with as far as the timing goes, and the water pump and all that other good stuff, gaskets, that's all been said and done and finished. So what we have right now left to do as far as the actual job itself is reinstall the coils and double check all of our connections and lines and electrical connections, double check our work, and then go ahead and get it started up. One of the things I'm going to have to do, though, is actually what I would call uninstall the upper intake, and I've got to move some electrical connections back over, and so that's why we just go back through and double check our work and stuff. So yeah, as far as the actual job goes, that's what I have now left to do. Now, if you remember, or if you go back and you look at one of the original videos on this, when this car first came to me, it came to me with the history that it had been in an accident and that the front bumper had been replaced. And so as I started getting into this job, one of the requirements is to remove the radiator and the condenser and all this stuff right here in order to gain access to the front of the engine. And so as I did that and removed our bracket across the top off of the headlights, I found an extremely damaged AC condenser and as well as a cooler. And so that had been all pressed up against the radiator, and that was extremely hard to get apart without causing any damage. And so in the end, we went ahead and replaced the AC condenser as well, and we installed a universal Hayden oil cooler in place of the original oil cooler. Now, one of the problems I've had now is upon reinstallation, nothing wants to line up accordingly, and as you can see from it taking a blow, it does have some discrepancies in the way things are. And so what I need to do to even begin thinking about getting this thing back together is I got to go in and I got to realign some of this. But worse than that, upon putting it back together, I had a real hard time getting these headlights to level out, and I had a real hard time getting things to bolt in. And so I went ahead and removed one, and as I removed one, I finally found where we have more damage. And as you can see, I even found a clip. Now this goes on the bottom, and this clip that's been broken off here is is one of the adjusters that you use. As you can see, the adjusting bubble here to properly adjust these headlights. And so the issue is, and again, you use the longer bolts that you see here in order to do that. And so from it taking a blow, you can just see all the plastic that's broken off in different places. And so the problem I'm having is I can't reinstall this crossbar, and I can't properly adjust these headlights with the way this is. So let's take a look at this headlight over here. So if you look at this headlight assembly, you can see where the damage from an accident has been caused. And so let's see, I bet you this actually looks like where this guy belongs. And so anyway, so longer story short, in order to properly finish this job, I really need to get a couple of headlight assemblies because it'll have all these pieces that are broken off on. And you can also see where I found down in the fender, I found my two spacers. Now I had been missing these, and I found those, and I found some of my adjusting bolts. And as you can see, this one is bent from where it had taken a blow. So as far as the engine and the timing and the water pump, I can go ahead and finish that out. But as far as reinstalling these headlights correctly and placing this bracket back in here, that's just not going to happen. The only way I think that's going to happen is if I get new headlight assemblies. So the awesome thing about not being a shop, if I was a shop with a huge overhead right now, I would really have to probably separate every one of these jobs out. I'd have to separate this job out, separate from the timing job. And then what we're talking about here with the headlights, I'd have to separate that job out as well and charge extra money for that. But the reality of it is I'm just at home with the 4 babies, and we're just trying to pay bills around here, so we don't need to cover a massive overhead. So I think the best solution for my customer on this one would be to run to the junkyard and grab me some headlight assemblies, some new ones, so that way I can just go ahead and finish piecing this all back together. Because if not, I'll go ahead and get the engine running and all that, and I'll just have to zip tie this, I guess, to the bumper here, and then just somehow bolt that cross member across for you, but it's not going to be correct. So, well, alrighty, everybody. This is Matthew, your friendly neighborhood technician, signing off. Thank you for supporting me. Like and share.